What a phenomenal game of football that was. My word, I've just caught my breath from that. I mean, it was absolutely insane what was happening in that match. So much drama, the storyline beforehand with the Isak thing. I mean, it was just wonderfully set up and we were treated. We're going to be analysing the game from both a Liverpool and Newcastle fan perspective because I suspect a lot of fans from both teams will be watching this video. Before I begin, if you are new here, please hit the subscribe, hit the like as well. But I mean, I've got to start by giving the shout out to the match winner, Rio Ngumoha. To come on in a game of that intensity with how tough it was made for Liverpool and to perform to the level he did, getting in the right position, the composure on the finish is insane. He is the truth. He is the truth. No Liverpool player stepped up to the plate today. I'd probably say only Van Dijk looked competent on that football pitch today. Only Van Dijk. Ekatike, nice moments in there. Konate got better in the second half. But as far as everybody else goes, it was shocking. But Rio Ngumoha comes on the pitch. A nice piece of passage of play from Liverpool for the first time in 45 minutes that they actually connected the play in the attacking sense. And there he is at the back stick, cool as a cucumber, to stuck it home. I mean, what a finish that was. What a finish. 16 to finish like that. I just don't understand what they're feeding these footballers, to be honest, because that is a joke of a finish. Anyone could have skied that. To have the composure in front of goal, he's the truth. He did more than Gakpo did the whole 90 minutes. And I'm going to be quite critical of Liverpool because I have so much expectations of them. But at the same time, I'm going to be complimentary of them. Sometimes you need to have that winner's mentality. Go to a place, not play well. Yes, Newcastle had 10 men, but go away with the 3 points. And that's what Liverpool were doing last season as well. There was games where I was like, they're not playing great, but they come away with the 3 points. I'd be like, no way is this sustainable, but they come away with the title. Liverpool winning this game is a mark of champions mentality. That knack of winning when you're not at the best. Because I don't think they can ever put a worse performance than that across this season. Not a chance. And they come away with the 3 points and moments of brilliance and moments of magic. Genuinely. Salah leaves the game with another, goal/assist. Well, he got the assist in this case. It just goes to show that moments win you games and individual talent win you games. Szoboszlai with the dummy was phenomenal there. Elliott coming on, connecting on that right hand side. He's going to be crucial with the depth because I was looking at their Liverpool bench and I was thinking that depth ain't great, but those players that came on, the ones that you would suspect to come on if Liverpool did end the transfer window without adding anyone else, performed. They really did perform. But yeah, I think we've got to now get swiftly on to Newcastle United. I mean, what a performance from Newcastle. My word. Even for the first 30 minutes of that game, they were the better team. And I'm sure Liverpool fans can admit they were absolutely battered. Battered. I don't think I can put it any more differently than that they were absolutely battered. There's not a chance that I can try and sort of say it any different. I'm sure Liverpool fans will agree with me. But they didn't stick their chances away. And you could only think to yourself, if they had an Isak up top to tuck them away, a Strand Larsen who they're interested in, a Gonzalo Ramos, a poacher, they would have been 2-3 up by 30 minutes time. That's what Newcastle United lacked today. But my word, in those first 30 minutes before that red card, that reckless challenge from Gordon, which was a red, Newcastle were going to win that game. And I do understand that Liverpool went 1-0 up, but I still had the feeling that Newcastle were going to win that game. But the red card just stopped the momentum, as you would think it would, get on to the second half in a minute. But at that time, you were like, Anthony Gordon, what are you thinking? Using your brain and your heart, and it just went wrong for him. But he had a phenomenal first 30 minutes. I really think he was impactful, effective. He was brilliant. He was all over Liverpool in that front line. I thought Barnes was quite disappointing. I thought Elanga had moments which were really nice as well in there, but not his best performance. But Anthony Gordon was leading things so well. Probably the best player in that first half. We switch it over to the second half, and I'm thinking, maybe Liverpool will go 2-3-0 4-0 even, just wrap this game up. You know, that's what winner mentality. And I just put the game to bed, slow it down, be a professional performance. And when Hugo Ekitike scored that wonderful goal, and it is a wonderful goal, I want to talk about that as well. Gravenberch as well scored a wonderful goal in the first half. And there's nothing more like those silences in the first 30 minutes when you've been sort of battered. I always remember Arsenal, my team, when we went to St. James's Park, I think in 2021-22 season, where Ødegaard rattled one into the bottom right corner and Newcastle were all over us. They had absolutely battered us and we scored and we went on to win 2-0. That's what I thought was going to happen, you know, with the Gravenberch goal and then the Ekitike one, a wonderful finish. We know that Ekitike is going to be a wonderful footballer. We don't need to talk about him too much because I think in every game he's sort of shown his quality, his class, his mentality to keep on going after being kicked all those 90 minutes by a phenomenal Dan Burn performance. He was immense back there. Fabian Schär, Malik Thiaw also came on and was really, really good. But I thought, okay, the game, you know, it's got away. Let me just scroll a bit on my phone. I know I've got to do the analysis for you guys. But then, my word, absolutely out of nowhere, Bruno Guimaraes gets a ball into him and a wonderful header. And I mean, from then on, Bruno Guimaraes was the best player on the pitch. No one touched him. No one came out of a duel with him successfully. It was a proper captain's performance, my word. We saw Joe Linton go down. We saw Tonali go down. Bruno kept fighting. Bruno kept performing. And that's the level of player Bruno Guimaraes is. No matter what the situation is, Bruno Guimaraes is going to give his absolute best. He looked the best player on the pitch by a country mile. I'm sorry to tell you. And maybe if you disagree with me, I'd be shocked if you do, but he was immense. Just everything was going through him. It was a phenomenal performance from him. It really, really was. He was dictating the play. He was having the crowd up. You know, and I even thought, you know, Asula coming on, Jacob Ramsey coming on. They were really good too. Really, really good. You know, I'm so happy for Asula because he's a player I banked on this season to have a big year. You know, and it's been a bit early for him because they've not got a number 9 to sort of bed him in. He needs another proper season of bedding in. But he came on with the fight, the courage, a wonderful finish from a flick on from that man, Dan Burn, the second best player on the pitch in the second half. Really good flick on. And Asula, sniffing the chance, finished it so well. And I was even watching it, I was like, why is Asula getting the ball here? You know, Newcastle really fancy it, you know, and that was really nice to see a proper Barclays game. It had absolutely everything. It genuinely did. And I think a point was going to be, you know, fair enough in terms of Newcastle deserved at least something out of that game. But I'll say it again. Winners win, and you have to have that mentality. And I know it was 10 men, and that is an atrocious showing for an 11-man Liverpool with so much quality like that. But, you know, you've got to win those games. You know, you've got to find a way, finding a way. How many times have we looked at performances from great teams where, like, they're not switched on? But they found the way. They still won. They frustrated everyone. You know, everyone was rooting against Liverpool. I was as well. I'm not gonna lie. I'm licking my lips as an Arsenal fan for next week. After that, I know it's at Anfield and it's different, but I saw a lot. But I'll always have respect for people that find a way no matter what. And Rio and Ngumoha did that in the end. But I mean, what a game of football. I think we were treated very nicely. 3 points for Liverpool. Newcastle fans, heads up. I think this transfer window will end really nicely for you. Without further ado, peace.